So I have some news. I lost my house in a flood yesterday. Just about everything's gone. So it's a 3-story house, and the third level is what flooded. So the second level, the ceilings fell in, the walls fell in, everything was floating in inches of water. And the first level, the entry level, the walls fell in, the ceilings fell in, and most of my belongings are gone. But I want to talk about this from my perspective, because the GoFundMe that's been set up by my friend, which has been an incredible experience, the gratitude I can't even put into words, a lot of really good messages and feedback. And I had someone message me and say, well, so much for all those crystals you have around your house and all the protection work you've been doing. I guess you need to be more spiritual. Ha ha ha, like LOL. And I could tell she was trying to bring light to the situation. Love and vibes, namaste, as she ends her message and exits out of my inbox, you know what I mean? And if you haven't read my book, The Collision of Me, the chapter Shadows, I was almost murdered in this house 3 months after I moved in on Mother's Day by my neighbor's psychotic son. They're no longer there. They've moved. They're gone. They're somebody else's problem now. But he was mentally insane. He didn't get any help. And so my house and I, we have roots. We have a story. And I'm attached to my home, even though it's gone. And up until this time, I've had a lot of issues with it because of the slack with how it was built with the previous contractor. And I'm okay with that. Because houses, they have energy just like people do. And the minute I moved into my home, I fell in love with it because I could tell it was broken. And I couldn't wait to give it love and light and just fill it with joy and make it my home. You know what I mean? And the thing is, I'm grateful. I see it as a cleansing. I feel like my house had to die. I was trying to keep something alive that needed to die. It needed to die so I could bring it back to life, and how I rebuild it and make it my own. Because there's a lot of stress and trauma in those walls. Not only from my attack with my neighbor trying to strangle me, but I lost 3 of my dogs a year after that attack. Stress is the silent killer, and my dogs had excruciating, stressful reactions to the attack. One had severe PTSD, had a seizure and passed, and the other 2 passed. So there's a lot of pain and suffering in that house, and I'm seeing it as it's officially been washed away and removed. It's gone. And with that person messaging me, so much for being spiritual, blah, blah, blah. Being spiritual doesn't mean bad things don't happen to you. It's actually opposite. Because being spiritual, everything happens to you. But the thing is, you can choose how you react based on how you are aligned with your soul at the time of that event. And then when you choose that reaction, you have to hold yourself responsible for the emotions that you allow yourself to feel. Because you know there's a bigger purpose to what's happening. And you anticipate that purpose because when the universe takes something from you, something bigger is coming and they're making space for it. So I've definitely had my share of tears in this, but I'm grateful because I'm just waiting patiently for this to unfold and reveal the purpose behind it. Because God always makes sure that events like this make sense later. You just have to be patient and work through it. And I know this is going to make sense, so I'm just waiting for it to reveal itself. Because that's part of being spiritual. You allow things to happen because you know they'll make sense. So thank you for being here. If you have seen my Facebook posts and my updates, thank you for the love and the support and the comments. Everything's going to be okay. It'll be a while, but I'll have a home again soon. And for now, I'll just send blessings and gratitude to the situation because, it's going to be okay.